for the 7 days since my arrival. The name Roxas and the number 13 were all I had.
What if I asked you to name the best moment in Kingdom Hearts? The one most iconic, the one where the very essence of Kingdom Hearts seeps through every frame. I can hazard a few guesses of the answer you might have. Sora's sacrifice in Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2's ending, Kingdom Hearts 3's secret episodes, blank points in Birth by Sleep are all certainly suitable candidates for that spot. Even if you have something completely else in mind, I don't doubt for a second that it's no less great than the one I'd like to talk about. And that is the conversations between Roxas and Namine in the Kingdom Hearts 2 prologue. To some of you, that might seem odd. It doesn't have a turning point in the story like Sora becoming heartless or a fateful encounter with Roxas or Yuzora. But to me, this cutscene feels as if it represents the crux of the themes of Kingdom Hearts, embodies what KH is as a series. At its core, Kingdom Hearts is a story about the heart. It preaches that the heart of a person can persist even if they are deemed worthless, insignificant. The heart can be strong enough to overcome being told something as egregious as they are a tool, that they have no right to exist. As cheesy as these may sound to a 7-year-old at the time of me first playing this, these messages were profound. And I am not ashamed to admit that growing up with the series, I have held this notion near and dear to my heart ever since. But the heart is complex. Always seeing the good side of things and trying your best to keep going is an admirable thing, don't get me wrong. But quite frankly, it's stupid to think that it's that easy. The fact that the heart can always have that amount of strength is unreasonable and unrealistic. We all have our moments of weakness. It takes weeks, months, and sometimes even years to overcome those. Sometimes we may even give in and accept that it's just the way it is, that we have to live through whatever is happening for the rest of our lives. And that is perfectly normal for anyone to think and go through. The cutscenes in question handles that particular aspect beautifully. We have both Roxas and Namine, who have been stripped off of everything they had. Roxas lost his best friends, and then even his memories of them. Lived a fake life, not knowing anything about himself. And then Namine, being used from the moment she was born. And then the one connection she made, she lost as well.
Till then, I'll be in your heart.
To me, this cutscene shows them just accepting their fates, accepting that things aren't going to go their way and there's nothing they can do about it.
I think I've been running away from the question I really want to ask. What's gonna happen to me now? Just tell me that. Nothing else really matters anymore.
I'm not even sure there's a right way for me to use it.
I can't help you there.
They aren't screaming at each other that everything will be okay when you feel like everything around you is crumbling. Seeing an overly positive person can make you feel even worse. At a time like this, you want someone to listen to you, not lecture you on how you can go through it. Let me paint a scenario for you. Imagine someone close to you is suffering from an incurable disease, a terminal illness. You and they both know that they don't have much time left, knowing that they have no future, nothing to look forward to, no light to cling on to. They have given up on everything in life. When someone is facing a situation like this, is saying everything will be alright really the right thing to do? Is you acting like they can get through this if they just believe enough really the right thing to do? Everything won't be alright. Both of you know that. So will they really find any comfort in you giving them hope, or is it delusional to think that they will? Is it pretentious to think that your saint-like words will give them solace? I don't believe there is a proper way of handling a situation like that. It's cruel for the person to know that they don't have much time left. Much more cruel than we can ever imagine. During the Kingdom Hearts 2 prologue, both of them, but mostly Roxas, has a situation similar to that in my opinion. After learning about what he's been through, he's given up on everything. He knows there's nothing he can do. He has to seize his own existence and return to Sora. He can't get back those days with Axel and Xion, no matter how much he longs for them. At this point, how is he feeling? Namine has come to the realization and accepted her miserable fate much before him. For how can you steal something precious from someone if they literally never had anything to begin with, except that one single connection? But everything hit Roxas almost instantly, so how can she comfort him? She is probably the only person who can empathize with him, but still, even if both of them know their fate, know what will become of them, know what will be left of them, what do they do? This scene is like a conduit through which numerous future events are given life to. The down-to-earth, grounded, and real feelings portrayed in this scene acts as the stepping stone for their eventual revelations. The point is that this conversation allows scenes like this.
Xemnas says me and Xion are connected to each other through Sora. I don't even know a Sora. Sora? Enough about Sora!
To make an impact during scenes like this.
Sora. You're lucky. Looks like my summer vacation is over.
It acts as the foundation of Roxas' acceptance of his fate, thus entrusting his goal to him.
You make a good other. This could have been the other way around.
Huh?
But it really has to be you.
What do you mean?
There are so many hearts that are connected to yours. You're me, so you can feel what I felt.
No. Roxas, you're you. We're not the same. I wanted to tell you that you deserve as much as I do to be your own person.
Sora, see? That's why it has to be you.
Throughout the entire series, we are constantly told that nobodies don't have a right to exist. They don't have a right to be. But have you ever taken a second to think about that statement? Feeling like you're oppressed from birth, people denying your existence, saying you're an anomaly, an aberrant of nature. At least I never thought of it beyond just being a claim to sound cool. So I always rooted for them, that yeah, they do have a right. I never felt the severity of that claim. But here, Roxas does.
Just tell me that. Nothing else really matters anymore.
Through the voice acting, the somber atmosphere, in a place of nothing but the shadows of him, he's given up. He believes that he shouldn't exist. There is no need for him to exist. Despite living a fake life since birth, Roxas learned a lot in that fake life. He learned empathy. He learned friendship, love, anger, sadness. And we watched him grow from that empty husk to an actual human being. A human that loses all of what he learned and desperately wants it back. We want it back. He knew he could. He knew he had the strength to, and it isn't like he didn't try.
I'm freeing Kingdom Hearts, and I'm going to find Sora. I want Xion back. I want my life back!
He put his heart out, trying to get back those uninteresting, mundane sunsets of utter bliss, those lazy afternoons with them.
No! Shion! Who else will I have ice cream with?
People meme on this line from Roxas, but can you now see his perspective? The only thing important for him was those ephemeral moments with them beneath the canopy of the auburn skies of Twilight Town, eating some sea salt ice cream as the bell of the clock tower echoes. He cherished these moments more than anything, and he wanted to make these fleeting moments of bliss an eternity.
Say, what if we all just took off?
What?
If we ran, I bet we could always be together.
But we have nowhere to run.
But you will not get what you want through indomitable spirit and willpower alone. There's just a simple, undeniable fact of life. And it's at this point, Roxas, while remembers what it means to live, also finds out that his life is meaningless. The endless days of not knowing who he is, what he's doing, what his purpose is, just being used, everything, just meaningless, fully reflecting the palpable hypocrisy of his being. And as for Namine,
He's the one they all miss. It's not me.
her scene with Sora in the final world shows that she still thinks of herself as someone who has nothing, has never had anything, and therefore deserves nothing. How can she learn loss if she never had anything to lose? How can she learn regret if she never even did anything out of her own will? And yet, she still feels. This is also one of the best scenes in Kingdom Hearts 3. Most scenes with Namine brings out the tenderness of the heart, the soul that literally could not pursue anything herself, could not experience anything herself, being prohibited from doing anything since the moment of her inception, somehow always had the most pure and sincere display of emotion in the series. And looking back, the conversation she had with Roxas in the Kingdom Hearts 2 prologue was the only time she was able to express that side of her to someone, as Roxas was the only person to share her fate at that time.
I'm not even sure there's a right way for me to use it.
I can't help you there. It's funny. Suddenly, I feel like I don't know myself at all.
If you enjoyed the video or found it insightful, then I hope you leave a like and subscribe. The videos I make are not quite favorable for the YouTube algorithm, so I'd appreciate it. And if you wholeheartedly disagree with me, then let me know why that is in the comments. I await your replies.